Hey guys, it's Joey or Ron. So I'm back. I've had my week off and I spent it with my gnome and we had our week off and it was lovely for the most part. Got a bit sick at the end of the week, but so lovely for the most part. It was really lovely. So I am back now and I'm going to be making videos. I've got quite a few videos I have in mind because I've had a week off and that's really great. It gives you time to think about what you want to do and how you want to address things. So the first video I'm going to make I think is important, and I'm going to call this video Crossing the Line because there is a number of ways this is applicable to certain situations which have once again reared their ugly head on YouTube within our pagan community, and it makes me sad because all I can think is people who are new to this and who are coming looking for information, this is what they're going to find. They're going to be put off. They really are. But this is about LisaTheWiccan's video and other bits and pieces, but mainly that. And there's a number of issues I want to address which crossing the line is a good analogy for. The first one is the most important, the most pertinent, which is the fact, with her and with Mystic Witch actually, is people being aggressive towards and insulting and generally giving hate to children. Some of the evil comments directed at LisaTheWiccan were directed at her children. I'll discuss that in length in a second. And Mystic Witch is under the age of 18 in the UK, which makes him a minor. And so there's been a lot of hate directed at him to the point where he's had videos out about it. And people really need to stop and think what they're doing. He seems very wise and very beyond his years. I know, I've seen his videos. He seems a lot older than he is, but he is not 18. So rein it, you know. I don't know how really I can stress this enough about how people, I don't understand why people are attacking children. It seems like such a basic thing that you should know not to do. And really, they know not to do it because the people who are doing it are using fake YouTube accounts and fake Facebook accounts to bombard people with hate messages, blah blah blah, because they're too cowardly to say this is me. They know they shouldn't be doing it. They know that if people know it's them, then the tide will turn against them. But they're trying to be manipulative, sneaky, and really, it's just sad. Excuse me. So, in the case of LisaTheWiccan's video, shame on you people who have sent her messages like that about her children. Children are a gift, right? Do you really honestly think that as witches we can afford the sort of karma that comes from messing with children? Really? It doesn't matter what kind of witch you say you are. Nobody should be firing aggression at children. At children! Innocent! Right, so trying to address this in a way that is... I'm in a sort of state of disbelief that people have done this, so it sickens me, to be honest. And the other thing is that people all over the YouTube will all say, oh, it's horrific, it's terrible, and the thing is that whoever is doing it is saying, oh, it's such a terrible thing, but they're still doing it. They're going behind fake accounts and doing it because they don't want people to know who they really are and the truth of it, and they dragged Mystic Witch's name into it as well, and he is a minor as well. So not only did you attack her children, you attacked somebody else's. We are all children of the goddess. She's a mother. You've seen how mothers react to having their children attacked. Just think on. don't really, all I can say is you are crossing a line that you really don't want to be crossing. I assume this will have no effect on those people because they clearly have no qualms about sending hate mail to somebody because they are friends with other people and attacking them and their children as a result. I assume those people have a complete lack of morals. Otherwise, you know, common decency would stand in the way of not attacking children. It's crossing a line. It's just crossing a line. Just stop. So there's that. And then there is another issue, because the children being attacked thing has been addressed by the pagan community in general, and there are some fantastic videos out there. Rose500 did a video. She phrased it perfectly. Can't improve on what she said. So that has been addressed by the pagan community. What hasn't been addressed as such is that people are attacking LisaTheWiccan for doing her video where she was really, really angry. And we haven't talked about that. People have disliked her video. People have said you shouldn't have said this, you shouldn't have said that. Right, she made this video when she was really, really infuriated by the situation. Nobody at any point seems to have said that, you know, they're attacking her for doing that video, but that's a bit like not seeing the wood for the trees. No one has said what happened to this woman to make her this angry. She's been hounded to being this angry, and the people we should be focusing on are the people who are doing this. Finding out who on earth is doing this, using all the tools at our disposal to get to the truth of the matter, to see who is hounding, who is sending messages, who is sending hate. They have driven this person to be that angry and upset. And I watched that video and I just saw her in pain. And a lot of people are like, me, judging her for being that angry. And whether or not you believe she should have vented that on YouTube in a public arena, whether you believe that or not is largely irrelevant. Because she's that upset, that hurt. Someone attacked her children. Who on earth has on this planet has not had that sort of angry reaction to a situation that has really, really hurt them? Nobody. Nobody. There would be something wrong with you if you didn't feel anger. It's a perfectly normal, natural reaction to certain types of situations. Yes, you could say, well, maybe she shouldn't have put that on YouTube. Well, apart from it doesn't matter, she did. And it's not our place to judge. There is so much of that going on YouTube. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you are this, you are that. Dark light, fluffy bad, negative mood, you are this, you are that. Why? It doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make them a lesser person. It just means there's all this cycle of hate going around and there's all this bullying going around, and it needs to stop. As human beings before witches, and there's so many people who are like, I'm a witch before anything else. No, you're a human being before anything else. And human beings should not be doing this to other human beings. Everyone's like, oh, you're a witch, you should know better. I hate to break it to people, but there are nasty there are nasty people in every single walk of life, in every religion, in every place, and the internet affords the anonymity for people to behave badly. They wouldn't behave like this in real life because they'd be afraid of the consequences, but they can hide behind fake accounts, fake names, because they don't have the gumption, they don't have the balls to say these things under their true name because they know they shouldn't be doing it. So they're crossing that line. Now, it's not our place to judge people who make videos. LisaTheWiccan was really, really angry, really, really upset, and I think her anger as her children were attacked is not a really surprising reaction and isn't something we should all be condemning. What we should be condemning is the fact that somebody out there on YouTube, or a number of people out there on YouTube or on Facebook, have been sending her nasty messages and have been attacking her children and have been doing it over and over and over to try and make her feel isolated, alone, got at, bullied, which that's what it is, it's bullying. And then it's just hate. It's just hate. I can't believe I went away for a week. I come back and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What? This Mystic Witch has been attacked over and over and over again. I'm like, what? And then this happens, and it's like, these are two direct attacks at children who we should be protecting, who we should be educating, who we should be setting a better example for than this. Because if adults are acting like this, how can we expect children to know any better? Yeah. So the main point I wanted to get across is something that I have addressed before, and I can't believe I have to address it again, which is you should not be attacking children. Verbal abuse is still abuse. Leaving comments on their YouTube is still, you know, to be nasty or derogatory or racist or homophobic or pick anything like that. You know, if you are leaving hate of any kind, then you should be ashamed. And the universe is gonna sorry, I'm throwing my water bottle cap around, but the goddess, whomever you worship, is not gonna stand with her. Sorry, but this shit is not gonna fly, because I shouldn't have to explain it, and I'm not going to. So people need to. Right, on two fronts, people need to stop attacking LisaTheWiccan. These emails and anonymous crap needs to stop, because, really? If you need to say these things, then get on your real account, get on your real Facebook, get on your real YouTube, and stop being a coward and just say it. Because pretending to be someone else, making up X, Y, and Z account, and attack is just pathetic. People need to stop attacking her for making this video, because that is what those people wanted. What those people did is they made all these fake accounts and attacked her and attacked her children and baited her for a response. And that might be what some people meant by she shouldn't have made the video. And if that's what you meant, then it's not been phrased very well. But basically, these people feed off shit. They feed off the drama. They feed off the negativity. They make videos about it. They encourage it. They claim victimhood. They say they're really sorry, but they're not. It's all about being basically psychic vampirism. It's basically energy drainers that they're basically throwing mud at people, hoping that people explode, and then they can draw off it. They can make that person look bad. They can try and discredit that person because that person has had an overblown reaction, and that's all some people see or care to see. They see that this person is really, really angry, this person is shouting, is swearing, and people, rather than think, they're like, oh, well, that's disgusting, dislike, oh, that you shouldn't be doing that, dislike. And it's like, well, hang on. That person is that angry, and if you look, that person is in that much amount of pain. Why? Why? People do not have that sort of reaction unless there's, you know, something wrong with them, unless they have serious anger management problems, basically. People don't have that sort of reaction without real cause. And judging that person's reaction without thinking about why, really, I mean, she she says, but you have to understand that there is more to it than that. There is a whole ton of shit being sent, emails, blah, 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 to the point where it upsets and it upsets and it gets under their skin and it gets under their skin, and then the person attacks their children, and that's the final straw, and they blow up. And then other people are judging them for blowing up without thinking about all the backstory, which is unwise. You should really think about the fact that something is going on, because the people who are doing it want you to judge that person. They want to discredit that person. They want that person to look ridiculous or angry, or they want that person to look bad. That might be why people are saying maybe you shouldn't have made this video where angry. And whilst I sort of understand where you're coming from, you have to be careful on where, you know, you're not judging that person, because that person is going through an awful lot. And rather than us judging her, we need to say what has happened to this person is unacceptable and needs to stop. So rather than dogging on someone for being that upset, we need to show support. We need to say, you're right, this is not acceptable. I might not agree with how you said it, but what you are angry at is not acceptable. Them dogging at you, them bullying you, them sending you this email, them creating X, Y, and Z accounts so they can hide their true identity and then send you a stream of shit is not on. It's not on. And the fact that she had her children attacked has inspired a lot more people to say something, which is great in that sense, that people are getting up and saying, you know, this isn't right, because it's not. It's not. People are crossing the line over and over and over, and do you honestly think the universe isn't just going to backslap you? I know people think that being a witch is the most important thing to a lot of us. That's how we identify ourselves. But being a decent, caring human being is the most important thing, because that ties in to everything else. Being a decent human being means being a decent mother. Being a decent human being means being a decent witch. Being a decent human being means being a decent friend. It all ties in. Because as human beings, we are all faulted and we're all flawed. Not one of us is perfect. And a lot of people seem to have got on their high horse judging LisaTheWiccan, rather than think that, you know, we've all been there. We've all been that angry. Why is she that angry? That's the point. So I think that is it for this video. I have a number of other videos I need to get a shuffle on. Hopefully some of them are going to be a bit more positive. But I'm showing support for you, Lisa. I can't express enough how awful it is that people are attacking kids, and Mystic Witch as well. It just needs to stop. You just need to stop. It doesn't matter what you've been through in your life. It doesn't matter if you were a victim. Taking it out on children is not helping. You are perpetuating a cycle of hate and negativity that needs to stop. And it needs to stop before Samhain. This YouTube shit needs to stop before Samhain, because that is a brand new year and I'm sick of it. Brand new year, start fresh. Just do it. Just show the goddess, whomever your matron goddess and patron god may be, whomever they be, show them the respect and love they deserve, and just stop. Stop this hate. Because the more we say this is not acceptable, we're going to find out who's done it and shame them, because this is not acceptable, the less of it there's going to be. So many blessings for all.